I'm Darby, and I am going to teach Corey how to play the bassoon. So, here we go. Alright, so we're going to start off by, before you even start to put together the instrument, just like a rule of thumb, you're going to have to always soak your reed. So you're going to want to soak your reed as you're putting the instrument together. It'll give it a good amount of time to start soaking so that it's nice and moist for you for when you go to play. So if you want to go ahead and stick your reed into the water. Yep. And then I'm just going to ask you to go ahead. The best way to teach a beginner how to start to put the bassoon together is to sit on the floor. Okay. So next you're going to pick up the one piece with the silver cap down there. Yep. That is the base of the instrument. So next you're going to grab the second biggest piece. Yep, that one right there. Now when you're putting together any double reed instrument or any instrument in general that has a lot of these keys, you're just going to want to be careful when you're putting it together that you're not gripping on to those keys, because it can bend and mangle them. Just something to keep an open mind about. So you're going to set this onto the ground, and that piece is going to, this side is going to go into this hole. But we're going to want to make sure, yep, that's pretty good for wind up. Yep, and then hold this with your right hand and grab the other piece. Yep, so you'll see how that kind of has a little bit of a winged joint there, and that little wing is going to conform to this side. So, yep. You're going to kind of push it in a little bit. You can kind of move it back and forth if you need. And that should be good. Now, here, this little clip thing will put these together. Although this one on this instrument will not do that for some reason. It's fine though, it's not going to be a big deal. So next you're going to get what I think of as the bell. So you'll see how it has this little thing right here. That is going to line up just so evenly with that. So here, I'll hold this for you. Yep. It doesn't have to be all the way together. So, okay, so next you're going to get the bocal. You're going to get the one furthest away. Yeah. Now, the bocal is going to go in right here, but when you grab it, you're going to want to evenly distribute the pressure that you're going to be pushing on it so that it doesn't bend the neck part of it. So this part is going to go into this little hole, and what you're going to be looking out for is this little air hole right here is going to want to be covered by this pad, but you can kind of move it around a little bit when you get it in there too. Yep, and so you'll see right here that it is covering that hole. So that is good. Okay. So then you're going to open up that little pouch, not that one, the other one, yeah. And you'll see what looks like a belt. Yep. Now the belt, it's the sitting belt. It's how you are going to support the instrument. Now, unlike some instruments, you sit on this instrument to hold it up. So, what you're going to do is you're going to place the loop of it into this hole right here. Yep. And now I'll hold this so that you can sit on it. So you're going to lay it across the chair. Now what you're looking for is that it kind of goes all the way across so that it'll have more range of your bottom. So if you want to go ahead and sit, we can try and adjust it then. So next, just kind of hold it, sit up. Okay, so that looks a little bit okay. So next I'm going to show you how to just hold it before we put the reed in. So your first finger, this one, is going to go over this hole right here. Okay. Second one is going to cover that hole, and then the third one's just gonna go here, and then the pinky will rest on these keys. And your thumb, just go ahead and like have it on this key. It's called the whisper key, the other thumb, this one. So this hand, your thumb is going to rest on these pancake-like keys, and then your finger is gonna go over this one, second one there, and then the third one's gonna rest there. And then your pinky can kind of just rest on those keys like that. But for what we're doing today, we're not going to get to those notes. So just as long as you can kind of like hold on to it. Okay. So next we're going to do a little bit of crowing on the reed. So if I'll kind of hold this for you if you want to grab the reed. Now when you get the reed, just kind of like blow into the back of it.
Here?
Yeah. Now, water's going to come out of it, but it's okay. Like, you can actually, like...
Oh, put my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So, now just with the reed, just, like, put it in your mouth and, like, blow. No, like the other, like the reed. Yeah. Like, put it, like, all the way in. Yeah. And, like... It's okay. Just, okay, now, think about, like, dropping your jaw a little bit. So, if you can kind of see how I'm using, like, kind of, like, do this with your mouth.
Okay.
And then, can you kind of, like, put a little bit of pressure on the reed? Well, here. Okay, here, come out just a little bit. Now, try that. Okay. So, well, we're going to try and put it onto the instrument and see if it works any better. So, just kind of like put it onto the vocal, and we can adjust it so that like it'll kind of like, yeah, so that looks about good. So, one thing to keep in mind, like tonguing wise, so basically you're going to have the reed and it's going to be like the tip of your tongue is going to touch just slightly the reed. So, think of it as like a hose with, and you're like gonna stop the water type of thing. So you're gonna cut off the circulation to the water and then you're gonna blow. But first we're just gonna try and like blow into the instrument.
Okay.
So if you wanna go ahead and your right hand's gonna go down here.
Oh wait.
Yep, your left is gonna be up here. Yep, cover these holes up. You don't have to have all of them pressed down, just press down these three and the whisper key, which is this key right here. And then just support the instrument. And we're going to just make sure you're standing up.
Or do I just blow? Like, is that what?
Yeah, kind of, but come off the reed just a little bit. Yep. And just keep, Can you put a little bit of pressure on with your lips? So kind of like, yep. And try and come off the reed a little bit. It's okay. Okay, so it's totally fine. It's okay. It's totally fine that you can't get a sound off of it. It's kind of difficult because it is a double reed instrument, but we're just going to talk about some of the fingering stuff. So we're just going to take the reed off right now. So just to kind of like teach you some fingerings, I guess. So if you hold down the whisper key is going to be what you use a lot of times to get out your lower notes because this is a bass instrument. So like it plays in the bass, like the bass clef. So when you have all three of these fingers down, that is a C. Like a C, a note C.
Yeah.
So then if you have just two with the whisper key, that's D. And then you have E with one, and then F is just the whisper key. So, pretty much, yeah. And, well, if you could make a sound on the reed, you might be able to play the oboe. Here, let's try it one more time.
What is this supposed to sound like?
Let me see. So, let me try and demonstrate for you.
Okay.
So, think about, like, you want to try it?
Yeah.
So cover up your teeth with your lips and kind of like bite down a little bit on the reed. Not too hard though. So does it kind of feel like the reed is closing or?
I don't know.
So just try like, don't like cover up, like just kind of like set your mouth on there and then just kind of blow hard. Okay. I'm not exactly sure. And just try and like kind of move it around a few different areas. And try and put the reed in / out a little more. Maybe. So what I kind of did was like when I rolled my lip over my teeth, I kind of used that. I mean, it's kind of like a cushion on the reed.
Yeah.
And then like I just kind of bit down a little bit to open up the reed. So maybe.
Okay.
Nothing.
I don't know.
It's okay. Just, yeah. It's normal, so.
Okay.
Alright. Well, you can go ahead and set the reed down. And that concludes our lesson.